Quay, evening Rev. It's 4:20 in the afternoon. It's 20th of January 2025. How you doing, pal? Yeah. When I get my stuff processed, I'm going to be sending the links over to you when I can. I tried not to show it, and I tried not to talk about it. I just tried to bluff my way through a lot of things. But I tell you, this was frickin' driving me crazy, my friend. I mean, Reverend, have you ever been through power outages where you're totally dependent upon power at this point over here and it's driving you nuts? I'm turning out to be that way. I was driving my dog crazy, going up and down and trying to make sure things were taken care of. I got power going through the phone at this point over here. The computers were dying because I was draining out the live stream. I'm using a couple of igloos to keep stuff cold. I was trying to keep myself busy from driving for just not going nuts. If there was a power outage, I couldn't even sleep because I'm totally dependent upon a damn CPAP. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of things I haven't even said in a damn video, but pure panic mode. It's almost just as bad as dealing with the damn fire situations we had, and we already got them under control. We had the rain coming over here, doing some water on us, and then you got the politician with the orange gas bag going crazy on us. God, that guy's gonna fucking drive me crazy. I mean, part of my language, Reverend, but he's gonna frickin' drive me nuts if he hasn't already done so already. Oh, Reverend, forgive me. Maybe I should be doing a confession every video. Confess to Jesus, confess to God that I'm already a pain in the ass and a full of idiot, and why the hell should they be able to deal with a schmuck like me in the first place? I can't even deal with me. I'm already having a problem enough as it is. My dog, my gosh, she's so fighting like crazy because she's so fussy. She's still fussy. But I still gotta get her checked out for the damn vet. Another thing, I gotta get off my dead ass and get shit done. Next week is the online. This time I get to attend through Zoom. I hope. I don't want to miss up that class. I don't want to miss this up. I want to do right. I want to do this okay. I want to make sure I get this thing working all right. I'm close. I'm close to graduation. But here's the thing about it. I don't want it to end, Reverend. Here's this for a confessional. I don't want to leave college. I still want to continue the electives. I want to still continue to learn a hell of a lot of shit. I may not be getting the BAs or the MAs or the PhDs. Screw that noise. I'm enjoying the adventure too damn much. Does that make me a nut job or what? I think it does, Reverend. I think it turns me into a frickin' nut job that I'm getting totally addicted to this damn shit because I didn't want to go through it. You know, I've been through nearly 12 to 15 years of education growing up as a kid. Had to go to preschool for it. And then there was K through 12 and the missing up on the screw. 13 on that one. I mean, just always adds up to 15 or 16 somewhere in there. But still, most of my youth was going through school. All the way up until the age of 19. And then I had to grow up. That's a shock and a shiver right there, Reverend. That's a shock and a shiver right there. Me growing up? How dare I? And that's scary enough as it is. Then I had to grow up and go to work. And I had to listen to other people. I had an argument with a kid. The kid's supervisor got my ass fired. An argument over handling an ice cream. 2.5 ounces. Gotta weigh the damn thing before you plop it in the damn corn. I know it is because I did that. And supervisor arguing with me about the damn shit. I'm like, got right in front of a damn customer. Oh, it was humiliating. But this was a kid going through this shit. Me going through this damn shit. I had to learn things the hard way. I was a young, reckless thug. Argued with an old man who was in charge of a building. He wanted me to clean something and I couldn't because I was too damn scared. Because I wasn't sure if it would be holding me, and if I crashed, would it kill me? I argued, I yelled at this guy. He threw me out. Funny thing is, the same place I worked, actually my mama worked as an accountant, controller. I was under her wing and her protection after that. And I had to learn to keep my P's and Q's. The kids got to learn one way or another. Without Ma, I'd be tossed out on the street and I'd have no way back home. Or how to get back home. I wouldn't. I'd have no way getting back home. The place was called Weston Letters. The guy was named Bert Weston. He was a World War II veteran. Turned his talents to sales, and he was selling his product, which was how to make custom lettering and custom signs for people, from the small to the large. He had an international crew in there who knew their business. Had people design, had people to build, had people install, had to have sales. But you also had to have a sharp accountant, and that was my mama. And I had to be a smart ass kid about it. My brother got along with him great. I didn't. I didn't. Ma went to work for this guy right after Grandma died because we needed money into the household. This was hard. This was hard doing. But I had to learn the hard way. Learn how to be a contributing member into the household. After I'd gotten some work experience out of Ma, being a pepper shuffler and go for this, go for that. Reception, forget it, not even there. Just, you're a day laborer. That's what I was, just a day laborer. But that's all right. That's all right because it got me out of the house during the summertime and worked my ass off, learned how to pay rent, learned how to have the job skills, Reverend. I learned those job skills the hard way. Some of those memories are pretty damn powerful. Grew a lot of respect out of the guy. When he had to sell, and the ones who were assumed to be inheriting the place couldn't inherit, or one reason or another, everything else filled to shit. Ma had to quit. Couldn't deal with the asshole. And the company went falling apart. There's something of it, a clone or something out there, still out there in Southland, under the same name, same company name. I don't, I think it's located somewhere in Chatsworth. They moved out of L.A. and disappeared. And I found it last year, just hadn't gone over there yet. And tried to find out who the hell was running the place. I couldn't even find that information out. The days of Bert E. Weston are gone. And those who worked over there. Somewhere there's a few relics I still have of that place. Keepsakes. Anyway. Stuff like this, I don't think I remembered saying anything about it on my videos. How did I grow up? I can tell you one thing, that Shia must be obeyed is still stressing right now. She hides in the bedroom all the time. She's afraid to come out here. But when she does, when she does. She's actually do some business, get some food, and I still have to hold her for a short time before I'm starting to feel it in my hands and arms. It drives me crazy. But still, I know I got to get taken care of by the doctor. I keep making the thoughts for it. Take care of her first before I take care of myself. How am I doing emotionally as I'm still surviving? That's the only thing I know how to do. Birthday's coming up, and I'm not even thinking about the emotional impact of it. I'm going to be turning 59. No, I'm worried about February. I'm worried about what's happening here. Reverend, Reverend Ed. The day before Ma passed away, her last meal was pomelos. You ever seen them? Large, thick skinned, but they're just as big inside for the fruit content, but thicker skinned. Sweet, sweet one. You can smell them. They smell just like regular grapefruit, but the ones my brother and I had gotten throughout the years from Mama, he couldn't get into them. I did. Ma got me into that one. There's a story about that one there. Yeah, I gotta say it. We were living in a street out in Sepulveda called North Hills now. Backyard had citrus fruit. Hang on a second. I'm just going to put the headsets on. I got to deal with her. I'm bringing her over here. What's with you? I am not staying here all day, Ma. Oh, give it a rest, will you, woman? What the frick? Where the hell I put the damn... Out of there. Okay. All right. I'm losing it. Yeah. Well, this is what happens when you're going to be a pain in the ass to me. I treat you as such. Remember, shield must be obeyed. Rest your arm so I can try to hold her up a bit. And certain. You didn't realize it was Mom's final day. I didn't realize it was Mom's final day. It happened. Well, she always asked for bacon and eggs and sometimes pomelo along with it. Usually around 10 or 11 o'clock. She'd eat early dinner, but then she'd get a little bit of menosh. So Dave and I would fix her a couple of strips of bacon, a couple of pieces of toast, get a couple of eggs for her, and get her coffee. So, we'd feed her. And sometimes she'd just ask for pomelos. At a house, decades earlier. Said before I had the citrus fruit. I had grapefruit, oranges, lemons. Ooh, the smell of it. The smell of it. We'd get hummingbirds in the area. Oh, Ma loved it. She wanted a hummingbird to feed her up. Oh, she loved the activity in the backyard. It was so... It's like heaven. You get some oranges, squeeze them, eat them. Lemons, we'd make lemonade out of them. About the grapefruit, my God. If they weren't in season, we would have to go to different farmer markets to see if they actually had them. I mean, it's one thing going to the grocery stores, but sometimes they're like, ugh. But she got me hooked into eating the grapefruits with honey. Not sugar, but just honey. So that would have been digestible and somewhat okay in the taste buds. It's not until we got to a farmer's market and we got to tasting pomelos for the first time. Oh, these things are manna from heaven. They're a manna from heaven. Ma, at the time, was trying to get her income tax bookkeeping business going on. And when she lacked clients, she had to go out looking for work. So she found work over at a senior center, being an accountant controller over there again, balancing their books for about 3 or 4 years. And during that time, Dave and I had turned into volunteer help for their weekend farmers market. It was somewhere between, what was it, 90, 98, 99, all the way through 02 or 03, somewhere in that time. There was a guy named Gene who did a run from Ventura into LA County. Oh my God, he brought the sweetest pomelos. We tasted it. Ma tasted it. She wanted the whole batch. He got the money. He lost his batch. We got it. Ma was hog heaven. Next weekend, we'd get more. Oh my God. Whatever medications Ma had, they were getting screwed over because of the pomelos. There's something about the ingredients, the chemical ingredients of grapefruit that would interfere with medications, certain types of medications actually. So the chemical imbalances would be there. She wouldn't be getting the effects of the medications, and she'd be having arguments with the doctors on this one. I mean, even though grapefruit is healthy for her, but she couldn't have them. She'd have them anyway. So it was a constant warfare with the doctors on that one. But she also got me hooked on the damn thing. That night, I remember that. I didn't realize it was Ma's time. She had already been having issues with dementia until she got, I don't know, somehow cleared up on it. It's like, how do you clear up from dementia? Except if it's going to be time. That time, Reverend. That's what happened. But she had been talking to her family. The ones she has lost a lot in her family. I mean, the ones that already passed came down to be with Ma. It was coming up on time. Gabriel came down to escort her. Ma was talking to him. He was talking to him. That night, I served her pomelos, and she loved them. And next thing I know, a few hours later, she's doing a death growl. We didn't even realize it after we were walking the dogs. She came back in, and she's almost gone. Dave's doing 911. I'm doing a 911 call. Dave's doing the CPR on her. About 2 minutes later, here comes the fire department into the household. These guys rode us for 2 or 3 years at home. We have to take her to a nursing home. No, we don't. You're going to have to take her to a nursing home. We are the nursing home. It was the same crew, and they fought like hell. When they got her stabilized, took her to the hospital. Barely kept her alive for 19 days before she passed. Months later, we baked goods during holiday season. Gave them to the same crew. Thanked them. And there was also a time, I think, before we left that apartment complex, we saw them again and conversed. I think I got the story screwed up according to my brother. No, we did give the bakery to the same fire station. Probably not the same crew, but the same fire station. But we did see that same rescue crew coming over taking care of somebody else. And that's when we met the captain. And we told him. He wasn't jumping down our ass. He was giving us hugs. He was giving us hugs. We dared to do stuff that other people wouldn't do. I mean, normally you would send the old people to the nursing homes and wither away and die. We took care of Ma. That was our job. That was our job. I did the same damn thing taking care of Dave. I did the best I could on that one. But Reverend, for a hell of a long while, I kicked myself in the ass on both of them. And realized, Ma, there was nothing I could do. I mean, she was going. It was her time. She was tired. She wanted to go home. She lost too many people she loved and cared about. It was breaking her a great deal on that. But she never talked to the family about that or anybody else how hard it was hurting her concerning about the damn grieving. I wish you had. Dave kept trying to tell me you got to prepare for this. How do you prepare for death? We've lost too many family members and too many friends and too many pets in our lifetime. How the hell do you prepare for that damn shit? We had taken so many dogs to the vets that at certain places in the San Fernando Valley, they'd had graves where we buried them in and left them there. I left them there. And out here, at least we had the cremations. We weren't going to be doing the burials. We had cremations. Out there. Yeah, it's getting sunner lower and lower, and I'm probably going to need to get some more lighting in this place. It's not a question of how much I missed. I mean, you know how much I've poured my heart and soul out on these things. How much I told you about them. And you've seen me breaking down a bit. How much it still hurts like hell. We may have had disagreements on what you interpret and what I interpret as. Trust me. It was other pastors I had issues trying to deal with death, and they still didn't know. They can deal with the book. They can deal with the people who are experiencing the losses. But I tell you, years after years after years, it's wearing my ass down, dude. Dave was terrified when he reached the age of 60. Actually, at reaching the age of 50. He was told a long time ago, I think I told you about this one here, that he was going to die after 60. He looked at the charts. He was looking at how the male line died after the age of 60. And when he was going to be there, he was going to die. One way or another. He wasn't afraid of it this time. But he sure as hell wasn't talking to me about the damn thing. That's for damn sure. Or even regarding grieving and mourning and missing Ma. That year, missing David, I was struggling like crazy, but I kept the emotions under check because I kept myself focused on other things. I mean, bedbug infestation at this point, trying to keep a roof over the head, and then dealing with college and then the COVID-19. I mean, shit, there was one thing after another, and then dealing with the outbreaks of the emotions, dealing with loss of Ma, and never telling my brother about how much I felt about that, how much it killed me. That's why I have to keep doing this shit. I have to keep doing this thing. I'm driven, Reverend. I just can't keep walling myself. I did that most of my life, Reverend. Mama, let me put you down. I know you like this, but damn Bryce is getting to me. I'm not afraid of death. Well, actually, I am a bit afraid of death because I got to face him. But I shouldn't have to be afraid of him. Because I think the first thing I'd be doing is searching his throne and saying, hell with everybody, I'm giving the guy a big bear hug. Probably not a punch in the face, but a big bear hug. Somebody else would be giving a punch in the face. But even God wouldn't like that one anyway. Maybe the bear hug would be better for him. Yeah. Slept on my hand wrong. Even with a brace, I slept on it wrong. So, I have to do what I gotta do on my channel, Reverend. If I have to cry in a damn thing, I'll cry in a damn thing just to get it out of me. But I'll tell you, I turn things off. I go in the bedroom and I hide and I bawl my head off. Or I'll sit here and bawl my head off. I already know I'm triggered again and again and again. Something innocuous will happen and I go out on it. Because that's how it is. That's how it is for me. And I got no shame. Except I do it in private. I keep praying to God and pleading for Him to forgive me. I made a hell of a lot of vested interest in my family. A hell of a lot of love. Maybe I asked too many things from them. I never demanded I wanted anything in return. Just for taking care of them. That was my job. That was the job of a son. That was my job. And I tried to do the best I can for Dave and Ma. Am I a fool? Am I an idiot? Probably I am. I may be. I care about him a great deal. I missed the crap out of him. I'm going to miss the crap out of Mama, and it still hurt me too. Tomorrow I get to talk to my therapist. For Reverend, I had to get this off my damn chest. I'm getting myself too damn screwed up right now. And I hurt like a bastard. Hope you forgive me. I'm sorry, Rev. We'll talk again. Hopefully right after the therapy session.